Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be discussing about $1 million question that has been asked many times to me as well. How can we avoid an ICU admission? Can we really avoid an ICU admission? Let us discuss more about this. So hello, I am Dr. Namrata Agrawal. I am a critical care specialist at Borivali Healthcare. We will be discussing more about this topic in detail now. So the question is, can we avoid an ICU admission? I would say some part yes, some part no. The part where the yes is, how can we do it? So we need to stay healthy, that we all know. If we stay healthy, there are less likelihood of falling ill and we will be able to avoid an ICU admission. So many people have this doubt in their mind that whenever you or your family member is ill and you will go to a doctor and the doctor say that इसको तो ICU में admit करना पड़ेगा. The first thing that comes to your mind, ये इतनी serious तो नहीं है, ये तो चल के आए हैं, इनको ICU में क्यों रखना है? ये डॉक्टर तो सिर्फ पैसे के लिए ऐसा कर रहा है. It is not true. There are some warning signs that doctors sees in the patient that the patient may go bad at any point of time and they need to be closely monitored. तभी डॉक्टर बोलते हैं कि इनको ICU में admit करना है. ठीक है, ये तो एक अलग बात हुई. But now, can we prevent an ICU admission? Yes, we can stay healthy. What we can do is, we can do regular checkups. Whoever have some medical issues or they may not have medical issues, after the age of 30, I would say just get an annual checkup done for each and every individual or all your family members as well. Your family member, whoever has diabetes, blood pressure, heart disease, you need to keep their disease in check by doing regular checkup with your doctor, by doing blood investigations as your doctor's advice, and taking all the medications regularly. Apart from this, we all know we need to exercise regularly, we need to eat healthy, balanced diet, we need to take care of our mental health as well, and we need to be aware of what our body is telling us, how our body is behaving. And once all these things are in line, then you will stay healthy for a long period of time and you can avoid an ICU admission. So next thing that we will discuss is how can we prevent the adverse outcome from an ICU admission. 2-3 things that we can do. First thing that we need to do is we need to be aware of all the warning signs and all the symptoms that can land us in trouble. Like if you have high grade fever, breathlessness, confusion, not able to recognize members around you, if you have chest pain, feel uneasy, if you feel dehydrated, all these signs we need to be aware that this is happening to our body and we need to go and visit a doctor and get the checkup done and get the treatment as early as possible. We should not delay the treatment because once a cascade has set up, it is difficult for us to stop that cascade and get you out of the disease fast. In this point of time, we can still prevent an ICU admission if we have come to our doctors very early and start the treatment early. Next thing that we will discuss is how can we prevent ICU admission in high risk patients. Patients like elderly patients who have multiple diseases. So they need to be again monitored regularly, undergo health checkup. Also some diseases, there are vaccines available to prevent the diseases. For COPD, there may be pneumococcal vaccines that may be available to prevent pneumonia again and again. Other diseases as well where the vaccines are available, you can go visit your doctor, get more information about that. So in case of pregnancy also, we need to maintain special care, do all your antenatal checkups, your sonography as your obstetricians have asked you to do. Keep your blood pressure in check, maintain a healthy diet and maintain some form of regular exercise during the pregnancy also. Some people believe that pregnancy is a state of complete bed rest, you need to rest as much as possible. That is not true. You need to maintain your physical activity to avoid all the complications like high blood pressure, diabetes during and after pregnancy as well. So these are all the things that you can do to prevent ICU admission, and if it is not prevented, then you can prevent adverse outcome from an ICU admission. Thank you.